Hey YouTube, my name is Kenny. Thank you for checking out my channel. So in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is the 1992 Yamaha Banshee. There's going to be a few changes that we're going to be making in this video. We're just going to be changing the pilot jets, and we're going to get another little ride down the road to make sure this thing works a little bit better. So one more thing that we're going to go over in this video is that I'm going to let you all know why you want to stick with brand authentic jets. So if you've been here since the last video, we did actually get this thing ripping down the road. Didn't have any problems with it at all. However, I am going to bump up the pilot jet just because I want to be able to start this machine in the nice weather without having to use the choke. So one of the things is the pilot jet is a 25. We're going to bump up to a 27.5, which most people recommend. And the different thing is that when you have the pilot jet kind of small, it doesn't have enough fuel into the chamber to be able to start it. Therefore, you have to put the choke on. So on that compression stroke, whenever it pulls the fuel in, it just kind of blocks off the air area. So basically allowing more fuel to be able to get in to get a better start. So hopefully with the bigger pilot jet, we'll be able to eliminate that issue and we can start it without the choke. But as always, before we get to any kind of work, let's take a quick look at the machine and see what we look like. Looking absolutely amazing, nice and clean. Everything looks good. We're going to give it a nice bath today. Hopefully I got my pressure washer cleaned up. We do have the new tires in the mail. That's going to be in the next video. We're going to get this jetting and stuff looked at today. Man, this thing looks really good when it's cleaned up. Cerakoted exhaust, cleaned motor, rebuilt, powder coated covers. Everything is cleaned up, powder coated frame. Hill guards are all OEM, wheels are all OEM wheels. We got the powder coated the front shocks. We got the shock bodies polished and then clear coated. OEM white headlights, Cerakoted everything on the bars. Cerakoted and powder coated, a combination between the two. OEM electronics, nothing cheap, nothing crazy. But we're going to go ahead and get this into the build and get the carbs down, and I'm going to show you how to just get those switched out really quick.
The bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything.
All right, so here we are about to start working on this thing, but there is one thing that I want to show you all. I am using authentic Mikuni jets on this thing, and it's very important that I believe you all do. I want to show you a little bit of footage of why. All right. So for those of you who are wondering why you get authentic jets, if you take a look at these three I have here, you'll see that the design of the words or the letters on this one is as such. The 45 looks a certain way, as you can see. Over here, 45 looks a certain way. Authentic. These ones, this one here, the 45, is just a different design of print. Now these ones are authentic Kiin jets. This one is not. This is just a cheap one from eBay. So I have these little bunch of rods here that fit down in between them. So just so you can understand, this 45 here will go, this 45 here will slide down through there. The other authentic one will as well. Back up. Sorry, it's all blurry. Then when you go through the eBay special, no, it won't go through. So this 45 is definitely smaller than an authentic 45. So hopefully in that footage you was able to see what I'm saying. A 45 is not necessarily a 45. A 270 is not a 270 in these different jets. Now those were Kiin jets, but who says it's any different? So when you have a single carb motor, it might not be so bad. I mean, you know you need to give it more fuel so you can just jump up a size. So that might work. But when you're working with a twin, you could technically be having like, you know, a 260 on one side and like a 250 on another one, but both of them are stamped with 260, and you don't really want to run into anything like that. So I'm using authentic jets because they should be the same size. And just like that in the future, who says that when you get one set from eBay that aren't authentic, and then you get another set from Amazon that are not authentic as well, that they're going to even be the same size? So just stick with somewhere like, you know, Jets R Us or something like that. Get you some things authentic with the actual part numbers. So we're going to go ahead, seat off of there. The next thing we need to do is cut our fuel off. All right, so we're going to go ahead and work on this side that's all over here. It's pretty simple. These hoses are kind of flexible. They're going to pop off here in a second anyways, but we're going to unscrew this cap. This is the easiest way for me to do them without fighting too much. Right. Cap's up and off. Just going to put it on the other side out of the way. We're going to get our screwdriver and loosen up our boots. Then you can grab the whole carb and manipulate it and let it lay completely sideways. With that cap off, it'll allow it to completely rotate. Now you are going to have some gas spill, but that's okay because you have your fuel off. That's what I was meaning. So, you know, the hose, yeah, it's flex, it's no big deal. But the carb is actually completely sideways. That way that we have 100% access to all four bolts, as well as to the pilot and to the main jets that are going to be coming out. So now we're at the bottom. Now a little fuel is going to come out still, but yeah, it is what it is. Now, modified me a screwdriver. All right, so the 25 is out right here. And this is going to be a 27 going in. So here we are with a 270. You probably can't see it. We're going to bump to the 280. So we went ahead and we have the 27.5 pilot in there, and we have the 280 in there now. I'm pretty sure we're at one full turnout on the air fuel screw, but we'll just ride it and make sure that that feels right. But go ahead, we'll close this back up. Half, full turn. Yep, one full turn. So we're going to do the absolute same thing to the other side and then get this thing closed up and hopefully see how it's going to start here in a little bit. Alright, so now that we're out of the shed, we did accomplish our goal. We got the 27.5s in there. It is about 85, 90 degrees outside, but on the very first kick, we got smoke. So we started it and we did accomplish our goal. The 27.5s gave us the extra fuel that we needed to be able to start this on the first kick without using the choke. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is going ahead, ripping it down the road, and making sure all this runs good. We might have to adjust the air fuel screw a little, but we'll see how that works. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and throw the seat on here. going to see, give it a little bit more half turn. Well, that's actually a quarter turn. We'll see if it runs any different. Kind of sluggish. Up top. Now I'm going to just check just to see if there'll be a difference when I put that screw the other way. So that's back into where it was originally, 3/4. Let's see what we're going to have here. Like that right there. That feels good. So just so I don't give the wrong information, I'm going to just turn this one all the way in just to make sure. So flat. 1. So this is actually 3/4 turns out, not 1 3/4. So 3/4 turns out is what we're at. Yep, we got the 27s in, we got the mains changed, we left them where they're at. One of the things I do want to show you need to make sure on there is that bridge tube. I'm not really sure what that tube right there is actually called, but it goes from carburetor to carburetor on these, and you need to make sure that's an area your machine is not going to run, or it's not going to run right. Pretty much going to conclude this video. I now have the 27.5 pilot jet in there. I have a 280 main jet, no airbox lid. We're at about 800 feet here in West Virginia where I'm at. K&N air filter, as I stated, no lid. Mikuni OEM carb, and we're running 32-to-1, and we're using Benall. So if you're interested in what we're going to be doing next in the video, stay tuned to the channel. If you're interested in how we got from the crazy looking Banshee that we had to this one here, check out the playlist. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself, in my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you want, we'll see you on the next one.